Hey, it's David and Jen here with David Christopher's, and we're so sorry we missed you last week. We were a little preoccupied with a ton of containers that were coming in, which is a great problem to have because that means Christmas is almost here. Almost all of it is here.
It's shipping. We're
yes,
getting it in and trying to get it out as fast as it comes in.
Yeah, it's great.
Difficult.
Yeah. But we don't want to skip over fall. And so we have just received a lot of our new velvet pumpkins. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a surprise so that you know if you subscribe to our subscription boxes, you only have until the last day of August to subscribe if you have not. But in September, we have something wonderful for you that includes a lantern that we're going to be shipping out. But October subscription boxes are going to include some of these beautiful velvet pumpkins. So if you ordered the boxes in October, you will actually get the medium velvet pumpkin in rust, which is this one, the small velvet pumpkin in kind of like an emerald color, and the small velvet pumpkin in gold if you got the large box. And if you got the smaller box, you're going to get these two velvet pumpkins in your box. You're going to get other things, but we wanted to go ahead and let you know that these are going to be in your box. So if you want to order them now and then get them again in October and be like, I wish I would have known that I was getting those. But if you did not subscribe to the boxes, then you may want to go ahead and grab these. They've been a great seller. We've been selling them like crazy. Some colors, I think, are already sold out in sizes.
Not 100%
I think
sure.
so. I just remember some being close to sold out, maybe not completely. So with that being said, we're not going to take any more of your time. We're going to get started with how to use some of these pumpkins in your decor, right?
And they are called emerald on our tag, but they're a little more of a teal color.
They are.
Sometimes we name things based on the pictures the factory sends us, and then when we get the sample, we're like, oh, it's really teal, but we already named it emerald and they're already printed tags, so
Yes.
a little too late to fix that.
But you can see in the video a more clear picture, and I'll get a close-up for you.
Okay, so now we're going to be kind of showing you some options to use with your velvet pumpkins. And if you did order the subscription boxes, we're going to send you some things that go with it already. But for this video, we're going to show you kind of tablescape ideas for dining table, you know, bar area for a kitchen or a counter. And so we're going to be using one of our long kind of gondola bowls here, and these are kind of a deep gold, almost have like a little bit of a black in them, and we're just going to be placing some of these in here. So we're going to show you a couple ideas of one, how to dress them up, but then a second version of how to dress them down. So we're going to be placing some of our different colors in here, and you can mix and match these if you want to. So we're just gonna layer a few of these up, maybe and then we don't really have to do a whole lot more. I'm gonna grab some of my foliage stems that I laid on the other side and show you how to use those. As you can see, you could use your pumpkins by themselves, but I do recommend adding some florals. So one thing we're going to do is we're going to add this foxtail eucalyptus seed bundle, and it's in kind of a, I think I'm calling it coffee, but it's kind of a burgundy brown. It's got some green in it, but those colors are going to work really well. So I've already got some that I've taken apart. And we're just going to start by putting this in some places in our container where it'll kind of hold it in place a little bit so that you don't have to do too much work. And this will actually help hold some of your pumpkins in place also. So if we go through some of our handles here.
And you only need one bundle.
Right.
Of this.
This is just one bundle.
Broken apart.
Yes. So you could put styrofoam or moss or something like that in the bottom of this container if you wanted to, but we're just trying to make this easy where you can swap it in and out. So we're going to do kind of an orange, kind of this gold burgundy rust combination. Just kind of put some of this burgundy in there.
And we do still have the tags on our pumpkins because these will go out for sale. So we don't want to take those off and then make it hard to for the girls to ring those up or ship them to people with no tags. So yes, it's tacky in the moment, but you can take the tags off of yours.
And we can flip them over to the dark side.
Yeah, the dark. Maybe if they'll stay.
Maybe. And then I'm going to take a little bit of our burgundy colored pampas grass, and I'm going to put that in this container also.
And you're using 2 of the pampas grass in burgundy. If you check out the description, you're going to find a link to all the products that you see in today's video, so you can easily shop and not have to search our entire website of thousands of items for what you see. So make sure you take advantage of that. It will narrow it down tremendously for you. But 2 of the pampas grass, 1 of the foxtail, and then the pumpkins of your choice. If you like different colors, you could make different color combinations. But today we have gone with the orange, the rust, and the burgundy. It looks really pretty. Very fall.
Just kind of, you know, fill in some of those gaps that you've got from the pumpkins.
Lovely.
Now, if you are one of those people that really like glitz and glam, the velvet pumpkins with a little bit of metallic gold is a great way to go. And I've just got some of our little metallic succulents and some of the metallic gypsophilia stuck in here just to fill in some of that space, kind of like the other one, and really give that a new look. The velvet with that metallic gold really pops.
So I'll kind of do a side-by-side comparison if you like a little bit more of the natural look here, or if you're a glitz and glam gal or guy, then you may want to go with the metallic gold finish.
Now we're going to be using our Warm Harvest maple leaf garland that we're going to use as kind of a base to add our pumpkins and some other things into. And I'm going to show you kind of how it's going to come like this. And then you're going to have to shape it, so really fairly easy. We're just going to pull some of these branches out because they've got individual branches. You can kind of pull your little curly pieces and pine cones. And then we're going to shape these somewhat three-dimensionally. So what we want to do is we want to make the majority of it face down. So you consider this face up, this face down. And we're going to make the majority of your leaves face down, and some can kind of come up. But we want to bend them where you don't see the back of the leaf very much, so that it hides all the back of the leaf. And then we're going to add some things into it and show you how to do that. But pretty simple. You can occasionally flip one back on itself so that it looks more like a real magnolia branch, because real magnolia branch kind of three-dimensionally grows around a branch.
If you're new to purchasing florals online, they do have to be condensed for shipping and packing purposes. That's how they come to us, and then we have to shape them in the store. So pretty much anything that you buy like this is going to need a little touch and tender loving care when you get it. Just know that nothing's wrong with it. That's just how it is packaged. Yes. These are very resilient.
They're all wired so that you can shape the leaves in any way that you want. It gives you a lot of control if you're one of those OCD people like me. I've already added a lot of my velvet pumpkins to this garland, so I will show you that with like some of our larger space, I just bent one of my branches to create a nice little gap there and tuck one of our pumpkins in, and then you just kind of bend your leaves back around that. You can have your leaves come up around the pumpkin. You can have them go to the side. Just have them where they're a little more natural. You still don't want to see the back of the leaves very much. And we've got our colors kind of placed throughout. And this is a great thing that you can do because you can make this as long as your dining room table is, or as short, or if you've got, you know, kitchen island that's enormous, you know, this is a great thing because you can just keep adding garlands and keep going. And then we're going to be adding some of our florals. Like we've got these burgundy vintage garden roses. They kind of have a dried look. It's really cool actually how they do this. They actually burn the edges to give them that dried look and feel. They take a little flame gun and burn it so it crinkles a little bit on the fabric like that. And then we can just tuck these in since we've got some of that burgundy color and some of our pumpkins. We're going to put a couple of these in some different places. And this is a great thing that you can just kind of have fun with and not have to be super OCD. And you don't want it to be completely straight down the table. You want it to have some curve and a little bit of movement so that it's not completely flat. If it bends and kind of moves like a river, that's fine. And then we also have some, I think these are burnt orange. Yeah, it's an orange sunflower that matches our pumpkins. So we're going to stick a few of these in here too because we're working with fall and holidays. And this is going to work really well just to kind of add to that color.
Those are so pretty. And they really do coordinate well with the pumpkins.
So we're just adding to those colors that we've already used in the pumpkins.
And you're going to add more roses?
Yeah, I'm just finding various spaces to add things.
And we will try to remember to give you a final count once. Because some people do want to know, like, how many of this and that did you use? Because they want to recreate the exact same look. And we're not always the best at counting. David just kind of keeps adding until he's satisfied with how it looks.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to go back and count.
I'm not good at planning it out too much.
But this will be easier to count because you're not cutting anything apart.
Right.
Sometimes when we start cutting...
A little easier when I don't have to glue everything in.
So
Which we could. I will show you how you could do that if you wanted to permanently make this.
It's kind of fun to do things loosely though, because then the next year you can easily, you have some of the same flowers, but you can, maybe you're like, I don't want to use that again in that piece. You can add it to something else and get more value for your...
But then if we want to add just a little bit of our same seeded foxtail eucalyptus seeded bundle, you know, that just breaks up some of the floral because we've got a lot of round shapes with the pumpkins and the sunflowers and the roses. So we're just going to find a couple of spots that we can just add some of this.
The great thing about this bundle is you don't even have to have any wire cutters. It comes bound with a little twine. You can untie it. If you want to just drop it in the way it is,
and they're
you
small
could.
stems.
But yeah, they're small. They're perfect to just take apart and place as accent pieces.
And that color works really well with what we've got going on here. So just filling in a few spots.
And everybody can find their style. Some people might just stop with the sunflowers and the roses and not even add that piece, or some people might even add more pieces. It just depends on what you like and what you are going for.
If you decided that you wanted to make this permanent and you didn't want to have to deal with it and you wanted to be able to move it, you could always take something like one of our giant dough bowls and you could put styrofoam glued down to the bottom of this and then moss, and then you would kind of stake the magnolia garland down and everything else could be wired to the magnolia garland so that you could just place it wherever you wanted to, because these are quite large. It takes up most of the length of the magnolia garland.
You could also put some of the velvet pumpkins and the foxtail eucalyptus, the sunflowers, the roses in that dough bowl and make your own little piece without the garland if you wanted to.
I've done so many dough bowls, I was like, we'll give the dough bowl thing a break. Since we already had a dough bowl pumpkin video, it was just lighter colors.
A dough bowl break.
Yeah, we had a white dough bowl, lighter colors.
Yeah,
previous video.
But we do have them. Yeah, remember we have them. We've sold a lot of things from that video. And that's a wrap for today's video. I do have a warning for you all though, because my nails have been awful lately. I've been doing a lot of experimentation. I've tried gel, I've tried dip. It all seems to break off. I know you're thinking, how is this relevant to what she's talking about? But I promise you it is. So recently I bought some cheap like press-on nails that you glue on. And I've noticed that they were popping off yesterday when I was working in the warehouse. I was packing boxes and I found one on the table, and I have this fear that one of you who ordered something from us,
I think it went to Australia.
one of my press-on nails may be in Australia. I don't know, but I am so sorry if you find one of my nails in your box. I promise it won't happen again. Or I hope.
Well,
Maybe I shouldn't promise that. But anyway, I did not know they were flying off at that time. So just wanted to give you a little warning. Consider it a little extra love. I just sent a part of me with
Jen gets in the zone and tape guns are flying and knives and everything.
So check out the description. Make sure you like this video so that YouTube will continue to recommend videos like ours to other people, and subscribe so you don't miss another one. And leave us a comment and let us know, are you kind of a glitz and glam fall person, or do you like more of the natural colors?
Simple.
Yeah, kind of simple. But we have a little bit of something for everyone.
Yeah.
But we love to hear from you.
And we also sell wholesale and retail. So you can go to davidchristopher.com and decide if you are a wholesaler, you want to buy wholesale, you want to put this in your store, great. Or if you go to our retail site, you can also type in a zip code and it will show you who near you will sell some of our products.
Yes, that's true. So until next time, happy creating, happy fall. We'll see you again soon.